one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much of how you doing would have meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa. Boss forever like they decided to throw me under slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop a million songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
I kept saying like, bro. I'm mad, bro. I ain't gonna be alright.
Welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Saint. I hope everybody's having a dope day out there. Dope day, afternoon, night, whichever point in time you're listening to this. If you are listening to this, I appreciate you. I truly do. I couldn't do this without you. I really couldn't, you know. I would be out here talking to myself if nobody viewed. So I appreciate you for that. You could have been anywhere else in the world, and you chose to stop by here for a quick second. Maybe the title, maybe it piqued your interest. Maybe the thumbnail piqued your interest. I don't know, because I don't know which either of the two are going to be at this very moment. But I appreciate you for being here. We got some things to talk about. The Super Bowl is upon us, but we're not here to talk about the Super Bowl. The Royal Rumble just passed. I really want to talk about that. I haven't talked about wrestling on the channel in a very long time, probably about a year and a half. I stopped talking about it too much. I don't even think I talk about it here and there. But we're going to talk about the WWE Royal Rumble that just happened this past Saturday. We're going to talk about that. But the first thing I want to talk about, Luka Dončić. So the news broke, I think it was Sunday night, that Luka has been traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, you know, if you watch the channel, if you don't follow me for a minute, you know, I don't talk about the NBA. I don't talk basketball until the All-Star break, because that means the football season has ended. So it's gotta be some type of news for me to talk about basketball legitimately when we are days from the Super Bowl. But you see, I'm a Laker fan. So if news about Steph Curry or the Lakers comes out, I got to talk about it. Well, it's got to be good enough for me to talk about, because I don't even talk about them It's got to be crazy news. And you see, this is franchise-changing news, franchise-altering news. Obviously, you already know what the news is because I just told you. But that's the type of news that would make me want to talk about basketball before the NFL season has officially ended. Luka Dončić. Now, it's other parts of this trade. They do not matter to me. AD for Luka. I saw this trade and my first thought was one thing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to walk you through my thought process. Because I saw this trade actually like an hour after Twitter had already seen it. Because I was in the middle of a game of zombies on Call of Duty. And when I bought zombies, I blocked it. But when I got off of zombies, that's when the news had hit my phone. Or that's when I looked at my phone and saw the news. And my first thought was, I didn't even say to myself, oh, this is fake, because it was a Fox app that reported the thing. So I was like, oh, shit. I went to Twitter, and it was all over Twitter. And before I had even, I'm going to just tell you how trusting I am of the Fox app. Before I even saw anybody else's tweet, I got on Twitter and I tweeted. What did I tweet? It was something about Luka to the Lakers, like ecstatic about it. I'll probably put my tweet on the screen. But that's before I even knew, like, it was actually official, because I just trusted the app. Anyways, after it became official and I, like, basically it was like a real thing, my first thought was, what a stupid fucking trade. Just the unbiasedness in me was like leaving my Laker fandom to the side for a second. Just unbiasedly, I was like, what a stupid fucking trade. And then as a Laker fan, I was like, what a stupid fucking trade for the fucking Mavs. Thank you, Dallas. Like, I was ecstatic because we'll just get to the I was going to talk about Luka, but we'll get to Luka in a second, or in a couple minutes. But I was ecstatic because I'm like, yo, we just got a generational talent, and we traded him for Anthony Davis. Are you serious? A 25-year-old generational talent for 30, what, AD is 32, finna turn 33? Aging big? Come on, man. I could not. Yo, you can't pull that fucking trade off in 2K unless you got the settings all jacked and forced trades and shit on. That's an unrealistic trade in most cases. This is like if the Ravens traded Lamar Jackson for Aaron Rodgers, or I don't even want to say Aaron Rodgers because he ain't playing like AD playing right now. So this is like if the Ravens traded Aaron. I don't even think it's an Yes, it is. It's if like the Ravens went and said, you know what, we want Jared Goff. Let's trade for Jared Goff. And they trade Lamar for Jared Goff straight up. It's just like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? And the Lions come out and say, the Ravens come out and say, well, you know what, Jared Goff, we just think we can win right now with Jared Goff. So, like, you say to yourself, that shit don't make no sense. Like, that. So that was my initial thought. Then I slept on it. And I woke up the next day. And I doubled down on it. I literally said to myself the next day, what a stupid fucking trade. I don't understand this trade whatsoever. From just like leaving my Laker fandom to the side once again, just as unbiased, just talking sports. I don't understand this trade. And I've seen so many people say shit like it was a dude who tweeted me about this when I had tweeted my opinion on the trade. One dude, I'm gonna probably put his tweets on here too. He tweeted me. You know, it's very odd how the young generation, because I'm imagining he like a high schooler or something. It's very odd to me. The dudes on Twitter call everybody emotional, call everybody sensitive and things of that nature. But if you don't put LOL in a tweet, these young dudes get very emotional about it. They think you mad. They think you yelling and whatnot. It's very interesting. But nonetheless, a dude was tweeting me and he was calling Luke. It's funny because he was saying that I was mad, which I'm going to show you the tweets. I don't understand why he would have thought that I was mad, but he was calling Luka a fat drunk, basically. Not basically. Those were the words in his tweet. I was confused. I was like, you think I'm mad, but you the one talking like this. It was very confusing, but nonetheless, I do not care that people say Luka's out of shape, Luka fat, Luka drunk, Luka do too much hookah, Luka drink too much beer. Bro, you can say everything you want to under the sun about Luka. Luka just got Dallas to the finals. He is literally coming off of a finals appearance. This is the worst time you could try to throw shade at Luka about drinking, smoking, yada. He just came off of a finals appearance. Luka's numbers are crazy. Is Luka a perfect player? Absolutely not. Is Kyrie and AD? What's very odd to me is for the Dallas Mavericks GM to say, we want to win right now and this move helps us win right now. So why wouldn't you try to trade Kyrie for AD? Like, what sense does it make to trade the generational talent? If you think Luka is out of shape, you get him a trainer. If you think Luka don't eat healthy enough, you get him a nutritionist and a chef. I don't understand. And if Luka is beefing with people in the organization, you get rid of the niggas in them organizations. You don't get rid of Luka. For some reason, Dallas think, to go from Dirk, you only got one with Dirk, to be blessed with Luka and to just trade him away for Anthony Davis. And this is no shade at Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is a great player, but Anthony Davis done been dealt with a lot of injuries through through basically the entirety of his career. And Anthony Davis has been healthy for the most part the last 2 years, and he's been great, but I've never heard anybody who done dealt with injuries all throughout their career getting healthier as they get older. I just have never heard of that. Also, I've not seen a single Dallas fan that's cool with this trade, and I feel for Dallas. This to me would be like if the Lakers at any point in time had traded away Kobe Bryant. Even when Kobe wanted to go, the Lakers say, yeah, that's not going to happen. We're not trading you, my guy. That's not going to happen. That's Dallas basically said Luka didn't want to go, and Dallas said, yeah, but we feel like you'd be better somewhere else. What? History just does not work well for Dallas in this situation. And for everybody who is trying to say, well, they got Kyrie, they got AD. Tell me the team that Kyrie led to the finals in his youth. Tell me the team AD done led to the finals at any point in time in his career. Kyrie, we know he didn't lead that team to the finals last year. That's the first thing. He played great, but that's Luka. That was Luka's team. And with the numbers and shit Luka was putting up. But I want to fast forward. Luka in the finals was great. You know who was terrible every game in the finals? Kyrie. But I'm trading Luka. Interesting. Anthony Davis was traded for a lot of young pieces because LeBron thought AD would take over and become that guy, and he could take a step back. That has not happened. AD was the guy in New Orleans, but he never led that team far. You never thought that was a championship. He was leading them to a title. You basically accepted that. Outside of that bubble championship, he was never able to help the Lakers get to a championship where you have to go on the road and other teams' buildings and be great. It just didn't happen for us. We just saw Luka, a 24-year-old, 25-year-old last year, lead a team to the finals. I'm confused when you say the Dallas Mavericks have what they need to get back because you traded for a player less than the stud you just traded away. AD does not make players around him better. Kyrie really don't make players around him better the way Luka does. This is just historical facts. Who the fuck do the Mavs think Derek Lively and some of these other niggas on the team are? Klay Thompson is this is nowhere near. This ain't even the Klay from last year. And the Klay from last year wasn't good. I've never seen a team. They got a 35-year-old Klay, a 32-year-old AD who finna turn 33. A 33-year-old Kyrie gonna turn 30. So you could basically say you got a 35-year-old going into his 36. You got a 33-year-old about to be 34. You got a 32-year-old about to be 33. And you traded away a 25-year-old, 5-time first NBA All-Team, perennial All-First Team, a perennial All-Star, a mega star in the NBA, a top 3 player. You traded that away. Unreal. That's like Curry being traded away from the Warriors in his prime. I don't even know if Luka actually is in his prime. That's like LeBron getting traded away, or KD being traded away, or Kobe being traded away, or Duncan being traded away. I just want to put this in perspective for you so you can understand how fucking stupid this trade is. At no point would you have traded a prime Kobe Bryant for an aging superstar in the league at any point in time. You would not have traded a prime LeBron, a prime D Wade for a aging superstar. You just don't do it. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. They got less back for Luka than I done seen some of these dudes who are nowhere near what Luka. It doesn't even really matter saying that, because we know nobody that's been traded in the NBA in the past probably decade has been anywhere near as good as Luka. The trade just doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. You talk about you want to win now. Luka just had you in the finals. And I can point to a lot of things that was the problem before I get to Luka's defense. Like, to me, and it's just, once again, just as an unbiased. Now, matter of fact, I want to put myself in the Mavs shoes for a second. Because I'm not even clowning the Mavs as a Laker fan. I am not clowning the Mavs. I truly understand how pissed off Mavs fans. See, shit like this is when I understand fans going crazy. This is justifiable crash out, in my opinion. I'm not even going to be mad for fans for crashing out. For one, I love it when fans crash out on ownership and whatnot, because it should happen way more. I hate it that they crash out on the players so much when really it's the ownership that's the problem, and GMs and shit a lot of times. But nonetheless, I'm happy that they crashing out on them. But I understand the pain that I can just imagine. This would be like any of my favorite teams trading away our top player for aging. Like if I were a Dallas Mavericks fan, I'm thinking to myself, out of all the teams in Texas, if I'm a Dallas fan or a Texas type fan where I like all the Texans, our best player is Luka. Luka is the attraction. I get season tickets because I want to see Luka. Luka just had us in the finals. I'm more on board than I've ever been. He wanted to be here. I just saw his interview where they asked him about would he have signed an extension. To me, it's a dumbass question to ask that, because we know Luka would have signed that extension. He would have got a max. Luka was not turning down a max. He wanted to be in Dallas. He just got the Dallas Mavericks to the finals. I'm almost certain Luka had no doubt in his mind he could get back to the finals. So to me, any question about did Luka want to be there makes no sense. And give me 1 second. I am back. A lot of bumping was going on outside of the room that I am recording in, and they were starting to piss me off. And you could not see that I was getting pissed off because my tone didn't change, and I didn't really allude to what was going on in the background, but I could hear it, and it was starting to annoy the fuck out of me. So I had to take a minute to get up and tell these motherfuckers. How about we chill out, guys? How about we chill out? But back to putting myself in the shoes of a Dallas fan. If I am a Dallas fan, I look at us and what we did with Dirk, and I'm like, yo, we only won one chip with Dirk, but we love the fuck out of Dirk. Like, that was our guy. Now we have Luka. He done got us to the finals at age 25. If we do some things here, move some pieces around, Curry, KD, LeBron ain't gonna be in the league forever, so the West gonna be even a little bit easier for us. We right there, and you trade him. This the type, I'm not, you know what, I'm gonna keep it a whole band with you. This the type of shit that would make me stop rooting for a team. I've never switched allegiances or stopped rooting for the team that I root for. I've always rooted for the same team. I've always been a Baltimore fan. I've always been a Laker fan. I've always been a Sparks fan. I've always, like, I might adopt other teams because I like players on that team, or I like something about the team, like I have with the Rams, or I root for Asia Wilson, or I root for Steph Curry. A little bit different because me and my mama love Steph Curry. And we've been watching him for a very long time before he was in the NBA. But that might happen, but I've always had the same teams. Like, my baseball team has always been the Phillies and the Dodgers, even though I have gotten rid of the Phillies. I'm not going to lie. It don't really feel like I got rid of them, however, because I'm probably still going to root for them. But nonetheless, I've always rooted for the same team. So I get it. If one of my teams had have gotten rid of any of our superstar, I would have stopped fucking rooting for him. I said it when it came to the Lamar shit. If the Ravens don't re-sign this nigga, I'm not rooting for these niggas no more. Like, that's the type of and you want to know what's funny? The Ravens have never had a player that would have made me do that. Like, I love Ray Lewis. Ed Reed, my favorite, was my favorite player for a long time until Aaron Donald and Lamar Jackson came along. But I never liked the player or loved the player so much to where I said, if he leave the Ravens or the Ravens don't re-sign, because I love CJ Mosley. I watched him at Bama. I never said, if they don't re-sign this player, I'm not rooting for the Ravens. I don't care enough. And I've never gotten mad at the player. I always put it on the organization, or it's one of them situations where they can't pay him enough. They want more. They want what they worth on the open market. I can't be mad either way, unless it's one of them situations where it's like the Ravens just didn't try, or the Ravens didn't offer somebody their worth. Like, CJ Mosley should not have settled for less for the Ravens because he knew he could be one of the highest paid linebackers in the game. I respect that. I can't be mad at that. The Ravens had what they were willing to go to. Even though at that time, the Ravens weren't even paying anybody on offense, really, bro. I think Joe Flacco's contract was still on the team at the time, though. So, but it was no player till Lamar Jackson where I was like, yo, if they don't re-sign this man, I'm not rooting for these niggas no more. That's the first player that got me to that point with the Ravens. For the Lakers, if they had a guy, I've always said it. The Lakers, my love for the Lakers, and it run deep, but it never happens if Kobe is not a Laker. If Kobe had been a Hornet or any other team, I would have been that team's. That would have been my favorite team. I was always going where Kobe went because Kobe has always been my favorite NBA player, my favorite basketball player, period. And because he stayed with the Lakers for as long as he did, from 8 to 24, it was just, I can't root for I can't claim any other team as mine. That's why I always tell people, like, I love Steph Curry. I love him to death. But I don't want people to confuse me rooting for Steph Curry as me being a Warriors. I am not a Warriors fan. As a matter of fact, I really don't like the Warriors front office that much. If not for Steph Curry and Steve Kerr, I would not even watch these niggas. Because I'm not a Klay Thompson fan. If you watch the show, you know that. But if you don't, yeah, I'm not. I've never really been a Klay Thompson guy. I love Draymond. I don't think Klay Thompson was as essential as people try to make him out to be. He was definitely a part. He needed to, he I don't want to give him too much credit, but I also don't want to undercredit him. I'm going to just say this. To me, when I rank the value of them Warriors players on those teams on that dynasty, Klay, I would not put Klay above. Obviously, Steph Curry and KD are 1-2. But to me, it's Steph, KD, Draymond, Iggy, Klay. And it's very hard for me to even put Klay right there sometimes, because I can argue Jordan Poole played a bigger role in the championship team he was a part of, and that role he played on that championship was bigger than any role Klay Thompson played in them finals games. Now, I understand people say Game 6 Klay or whatever it is. I don't think people realize. I really don't want to kill Klay Thompson. But listen, when we talk about the performances all the way through the playoffs, to win that finals, Jordan Poole's year with the Warriors, I can argue, was better than any of them runs Klay Thompson had. I'm not taking anything away from Klay. I'm just ranking the importance of winning. Now, you might rank Klay higher because he won more chips than Jordan Poole did with the Warriors. But I'm just telling you, at no run that Klay Thompson had in any of those championship runs was better than Jordan Poole's singular run with the Warriors that year. I can make an argument some of those role players played just as big a role as Klay. My whole thing, this was not supposed to be a Klay segment, but listen, Dallas fans, I feel for you. I really do, but as a Laker fan, I'm ecstatic. They need to trade LeBron James. I love LeBron. And you could trade. I really would love to keep Bronny. I really would. I have no problem with Bronny being a Laker. I really don't. But if he has to be a part of the trade, I don't care. Like, I want LeBron. I'm not just saying ship LeBron off to anywhere. LeBron got a trade clause anyway, so you can't just ship him off. But I really would like for LeBron to consider going and playing with Steph Curry. You still gonna be in California. I know it's in San Francisco, not LA, but I mean, they both are huge markets. One is a tech capital of the world. The other one is the entertainment capital of the world, unless you want to say that's New York. But nonetheless, I would like for LeBron to ask for a trade or get traded to the Warriors. I would like for KD to also end up in Golden State so they could form the OG Big Three and go out swinging. But I am fully ready for the Lakers to commit all in to Luka. Luka is our future. Luka has reinvigorated my love for the Lakers, even though it never left. I just have always come on here and said I never wanted us to sign LeBron James or trade for Anthony Davis. I love the baby Lakers. I love the development. I was used to our team being great, so I didn't mind those struggle years. I really didn't, because we finally had a vision. We saw where our team was headed, and then we just blew it all up for LeBron. I'm ready. And we don't even have to go through that rebuild like that anymore. We got Luka. We gonna be competitive. So I'm ready for the Luka era to start. The Luka era starts as soon as he touched that motherfucking ball. That's just how it goes. He's 25, LeBron's 40. I really would love to see LeBron be traded now, because the reality is he and Luka don't just need the ball. That's literally their games. They are the dude who has the ball 90+% of the time. I don't even want to deal with figuring out who take a step back, yada, yada, yada. I really just want them to trade LeBron so we can start this build around Luka. You could even trade LeBron to the Warriors and get one of them young niggas from the Warriors. I really don't want Kuminga, but I feel like that's going to be the nigga that gets sent to either LA or Golden or Phoenix if he get traded. If one of those two do get traded. If I'm Phoenix, I really don't understand, if I'm Phoenix, why you wouldn't trade KD back to the Warriors. For one, he a aging player. You haven't won a championship in the time frame that you done had him, so you're probably not getting it. D-Book. If I'm Phoenix, I'm trying to get KD and Bill off my roster. I'm trying to reset and get D-Book some younger, fresher talent. Not necessarily young talent as in inexperienced, but I want to pair him with another star. But I don't want him with an aging vet no more. I want him with a young dude who can, you know what I'm saying? There's no problem with KD. I'm not saying that, but it's a different type of game that D-Book, like say if D-Book, and it's not going to happen, but if D-Book was with a star like Ant-Man or Ja or something like that, I don't have a problem with him and KD. But if I'm the Suns, I'm kind of trying to get off of this old talent. I'm not going to lie to you. Especially with so many other teams in the NBA having 2 young stars on their team right now. I could see a great trade where Phoenix can get Kuminga and all those young dudes off of the Warriors. But I could also see them getting like those young dudes off of the Lakers too. And probably I could dead ass see a 3-team trade that could get the Warriors, KD and Bron, and get the Austin Reeves and all those other young players to the Suns. I could see that. And then I could see the Suns flipping that to a star. I could also see Paul George being flipped to the Warriors because he wanted to be in LA. He wanted to remain in California anyways. He didn't want to actually go to Philadelphia. He wanted to go to the Warriors, but they didn't trade him to the Warriors. So I could see them still trying to pull that trade off. I used to talk about how I wanted Giannis to team up with Steph. I don't know the realisticness in that anymore because he does have Dame, even though the Bucks aren't what we thought they would be by this point in time. I mean, you still got Giannis. So that would be completely up to Giannis. Is he ready to move on from Milwaukee? I don't think Giannis understand how much bigger he could have been by now, though, if he wasn't in Milwaukee. I know fans of Milwaukee are never going to agree with this, but in small market teams who done dealt with this will probably say they disagree also. But I just think at this point, it is very clear that certain markets just know how to market players better. Like Giannis do have some commercials and we know who Giannis is, but that's not because of Milwaukee. That's because of Giannis. And I know some people will say, well, that's the point. He can be big without Milwaukee mattering. I don't think you understand. LeBron was big before LA, but look at how much more entertainment things he done since getting to LA. Look at what Kevin Durant became once he got to California. Like, it's just certain markets that know how to brand and build players, businesses and all that other stuff better. And if Giannis was in Cali by this point in time, in either Golden State or in LA with either the Lakers or the Clippers, really, but I really think it's the Lakers, not the Clippers, it would just be different. If he were in New York, if he were in what's that other fucking team? You want to know what's weird? Chicago is a big market, but it don't got that allure. I think it does, but we haven't seen a player go to Chicago yet. Like, I would not be mad if Giannis, well, I would be mad because I don't want him in Chicago, but if Chicago had the proper team, Chicago's not I would love to see Chicago as a great team again. It just seemed like they never gonna have, like, they've had good iterations of a team, but they haven't been a champion since Jordan, so, you know. But my Lakers, they find a way to do it again. All we got to do now is get rid of Bron. I don't want to say it disrespectfully like I'm disrespecting Bron, but I do think it's time to trade Bron because we got Luka now. This is Luka's team now. It's no longer LeBron's. Like when I saw people say that, oh, LeBron didn't know about this trade. It doesn't matter if he knows or not now because we got Luka. As soon as I know I'm getting Luka Dončić and my roster is what the Lakers roster is, my nigga, my first call when I make this trade is not going to be to LeBron to tell him we just traded for Luka. My first call is going to be to Luka to tell Luka, yo, we just traded for you. And then I will call LeBron. This is Luka's team now, not LeBron's. There has never been a clearer. LeBron wanted to fall back and be the second option. He definitely has that. He can definitely do that now. Cause Luka is that boy. And I believe being in LA is gonna help Luka in so many ways. For one, he got that chip on his shoulder now. He mad. He playing with some anger. He said, "Oh, so you motherfuckers traded me away because you thought I was a fat ass." That's interesting. Bet. I'm gonna get in the best shape of my life. This is me projecting for him. I'm gonna get in the best shape of my life. This is how them niggas on all the social medias who be making them sad things about a girl dissing them, how they rebound and get in the best shape of their life and yada yada yada, to make her feel bad and shit like that, even though I don't usually think it works like that. But nonetheless, I don't think some dudes realize there's a million niggas out here with abs and that are in great shape, bro. Maybe she just didn't like you because you was weird as fuck, or you was just, not for her after she got to know you. That can happen sometimes. Nonetheless, the Lakers are up. And at no point in time will I believe this will not be a dumbass trade. The only way this could possibly be a great trade is if Luka somehow is a bad player for this foreseeable future, or his career is cut short because of he just couldn't stay in shape, or he just couldn't get conditioned, which I just highly doubt because the nigga was just in the finals last year. And if Dallas goes on to win a championship, like 3 or 4 championships, which, listen, if that shit happens, God bless. Because I don't see 1, let alone 4, 5. So, listen, if Dallas can win 1 or 2 championships, I guess you could say that's a win. But if Luka play a very long time for the Lakers and win multiple titles, I don't know. I don't see Dallas winning the championship, but that's just me. You might disagree, but at this very current moment, I don't know why I said that. That was a double stupid. At this moment, I can't think of another trade that I think is stupider than this one. I think this might be the stupidest fucking trade I've ever seen. And it's crazy because it does include another great player. But it's just no shot. You trade AD straight up, basically, for Luke. That's crazy. On every level. Now, I watched the Royal Rumble on Saturday. I can't remember the last time I watched a WWE pay-per-view all the way through, unless I'm just wilding right now. But I watched the Royal Rumble Saturday. Spoiler alerts. Jey Uso and Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumbles. DIY retained their titles with interference from the Street Profits. Cody retained his title in a ladder match against Kevin Owens once he put Kevin Owens through a ladder. I'm gonna let you check out how he did that. I'm not gonna spoil that for you. Is that everything that happened? That was all the matches. Yes, I believe that was all the matches. Now, I want to talk about something. Because I'm telling you, man, I really don't believe that there is a more irritating ass fan base. Like, I truly believe the worst fan base of any fan base that I have ever experienced, and I'm talking worse than Yankee fans, worse than any of them New York fans, any Philly fans, of any of those fan bases. I think truly, honest to God, the worst fucking fan base I have ever experienced in my lifetime is the WWE online community, bro. Like, these niggas are so annoying. And the fact that it's filled with so many entitled white dudes that are grown ass men, or of 8 in high school. Like, yo, this is just out of hand. It's out of hand. The crying and bitching and moaning because, oh, Charlotte always wins. Like, you niggas are so annoying. Like, Jesus Christ, yo, who is raising you dudes? Like, y'all jump on Twitter and cry and bitch and complain. It's no way that it's a bitch at the crib fucking on y'all. It's just no shot. It's no shot. Cause no nigga with that type of energy, and I'm talking about I fuck women energy, and actually does, is getting on Twitter to do shit like that. I refuse to believe it. You niggas, like, and I understand being a fan. Trust me, I get being a fan. But I say it all the time. It's when you take it past fandom and you become a fanatic and you just get out of control and you can't separate real life and entertainment. And this is a sport at the end of the day. Like, some of you niggas need help. You truly do. And the disgustingness of seeing grown ass men or young men supposedly becoming grown men jump on Twitter to cry and complain and bitch and moan because their favorite didn't win over Charlotte is just so tiring. And before I continue into this, I want to say, if Triple H brought Charlotte back, well, Charlotte was coming back regardless, so it ain't no bringing Charlotte back. But if this nigga have her run as a baby face again, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. That was one of the things that annoyed the absolute. That's one of the worst things Triple H has done since he's been in charge, bro. It is so very clear Charlotte should be a heel, and for some reason, this nigga made her face when he brought her back the first time. And I just don't understand that level of fucking stupidity from a nigga who used to be a top wrestler. Understanding how annoying the crowd and the fans are. He gave the speech himself in the middle of the ring, and he still made Charlotte a fucking face. So Charlotte is not a heel this time around, like she should always be. I am going to be disgusted. But back to you annoying ass fans. The way you niggas cry and bitch and throw tantrums on Twitter or on social medias because you know it's going to be a whole bunch of other grown men that validate you acting like a child by liking your dumbass post is out of control. It is very fucking annoying. One of the most disrespectful things I consistently see these white dudes jump on Twitter and say, and it's even some, I don't even need to put it, it's specifically white dudes because they just feel like they are gods. Like, we feel like this is what needs to happen. Every time white dudes jump on Twitter, bitch and cry, they feel like they're going to get their way when it comes to anything, really. But definitely in the wrestling community. But it's just grown men and young men becoming grown men that are just fucking annoying. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely some women out there doing it also. But for the majority, it's the men and the young men out there. This notion that because you don't like, I don't even know if that's the right word, actually, how I want to start this sentence. This thing where you go on Twitter and tweet at these athletes or these wrestlers and you tell them you don't deserve whatever you have been handed. It's nepotism. It's you being handed everything. You don't work as hard. You're taking opportunities from somebody else. You niggas are the worst. Only professional only professional sports watchers can say ridiculous shit like that. I've noticed that. Niggas who are professionals at watching others be great at something love to say stupid shit like that. Of course, none of the fans are Charlotte Flair. None of them had to recover from ACLs and different injuries throughout her career. None of them had to book flights and rides and rentals all through the nights and days. Nobody had to make those travels. And this is really speaking for all wrestlers. You don't have to book those flights or those rental cars. And you on the road damn near all year away from your family. You spend far more time on the road than you do at your house with your actual family. You probably don't really know what home cooked meals are anymore because you're in and out of different diners and restaurants and truck stops and things like that because you're traveling from city to city. Who you fall in love with has basically been chosen for you because it's probably going to be somebody in the business. You don't really have the time to make connections outside of the business because unless you grew up with somebody and knew them your whole life, which even we've seen that fail because how this distance of the wrestling life is. So The fact that most of you niggas, if not all of you niggas, will never have to experience what wrestlers actually have to go through to entertain you annoying ass niggas, but you have this energy to jump on social media and tweet at different wrestlers. You don't deserve this as much as this wrestler, or you don't work as hard. Nigga, you don't take them bumps. You watch them take those bumps. You don't see all the work that they put in behind the scenes unless they decide to show it to you. You're not the one in the gym at all types of night having the... Matter of fact, you're not the one getting off flights, getting off of long ass rides, then having to go into the gym, then having to take a quick nap, then having to find something to eat, then having to go train and get ready and rehearse for a match and things. You're not doing that. But for some reason, you niggas got the energy to get on Twitter and talk to these motherfuckers like you do, like you are the ones doing it. Who the fuck do you... You niggas keep talking about who do and don't deserve something. Nigga, you don't put in the work. That's not for you to say. I have not seen any of these wrestlers right now just be lazy or some. We just look at them like, so who are you to say any of them work harder or not harder than the next? But you niggas got that energy for some reason because, oh, I don't like Charlotte, so I'm gonna go at her and I'm gonna tell her how much I hate her. You niggas love wrestling but don't know what wrestling is and what it's supposed to be. You niggas are goofy. Truly, you niggas are goofy. And I truly hope Charlotte do know she is appreciated. See, that's one of the things that really annoy the fuck out of me. Is that a lot of times these athletes don't really feel appreciated for what they've done. Like Charlotte is coming back from an ACL injury. You niggas ain't recovering from an ACL injury. And if you are, you don't have to go out there and wrestle a match like Charlotte just did. But you got this energy to continuously discredit motherfucker. Oh, all her accomplishments is because of nepotism. Professional sports watchers or niggas who love doing nothing but watching others achieve things love saying shit like that. I don't get it. Instead of you niggas getting up chasing a dream, you rather sit around hating on other niggas chasing theirs. And you want to know one of the most disgusting things that I found with the dudes who be hating on Charlotte and shit like that? If you ask them why their favorite wrestler is their favorite wrestler, they won't give you legitimate reasons. Because any legitimate reason they could give for that wrestler, you could give to Charlotte, Rhea, Becky, Sasha, Bayley, Bianca, Naomi, Nia. You could give it to anybody because they all work hard to be where they at. But when you hear these weirdos talk about why they don't like other wrestlers, it's because, oh, I think Liv Morgan is cute. She reminds me of my girlfriend. Or I wish I could date someone like Liv. Or I imagine myself with Liv. Weirdos, real life weirdos. Or Charlotte doesn't look as good as Liv. Or I feel, and the one that really, because I understand niggas is weirdos with the, oh, I like this girl right here more because she looks better. Or I like this woman, apologies, I like this woman here more because she looked better. I know that's how simple-minded some of these niggas are when it comes to the women wrestlers. But the one that's the most disgusting to me is, oh, Charlotte don't deserve it, Liv deserve it because I pity Liv. She hasn't had as much success as Charlotte. Or Becky deserved it because she hadn't had too much success, but now that she has, she doesn't deserve it anymore. Let somebody who hasn't had as much success win now. That losing ass mentality, that loser mentality, Jesus Christ, I hate that shit more than anything. And you want to know what's really disgusting? It's not even just that these niggas is losers. I really want to use that R word. These niggas are just really stupid. The same niggas that was bitching, crying, and complaining about Charlotte winning was the same ones who wanted John Cena to win. I grew up in the John Cena era. I've never seen anything like what John Cena... John Cena had to be the closest thing to Hulk Hogan. What niggas talk about Hulk Hogan's era had to be what John Cena. The closest thing to that's got to be John Cena. Nothing after has been anywhere near as close. Niggas can say Roman had a great run. Roman had a great run, great storytelling, great matches. I watched the John Cena shit. It was not what the Bloodline stories were. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. In any capacity. But I just think something's got to change. You niggas, and I'm not talking about like as far as WWE having Charlotte. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you niggas need to grow up, mature at some point. I really don't know if it's any saving you niggas, to be honest, because when you had the type of mentality that a lot of you goofy niggas have, I believe you too far gone, to be completely honest with you, but that's just me. To keep it a whole buckaboo with you though, I don't give a fuck how much people boo Charlotte. I'm always root for Charlotte. Point blank period. Charlotte and Bianca will never get booed when I watch them. It's just not gonna happen. And not to mention, I just truly believe a lot of you dudes are just fucking stupid because you just simply don't understand how these things how these things work. Companies, I truly believe for any company or industry to be successful, you need legitimate competition. You need something to actually shoot for. You need to be able to see what greatness is so you can go achieve it. So you can know what you need to be better than. Without a Charlotte Flair, I just don't think any of these women get to where the peaks that they rise to. Becky's greatest runs are with Charlotte and Bianca, but you do not get to that Bianca one without the Charlotte one. Sasha Banks, like all of these women are shooting for having great rivalries and great feuds with Charlotte. Rhea's whole reign was, and this is no shot at Rhea, this is a shot at Triple H. That was a terribly booked reign for Rhea that first time around. He didn't take her out of the Judgment Day quick enough. She stayed in the Judgment Day for damn near the entirety of her reign. Like, I don't even know if Damian Priest was a Money in the Bank winner before she was the champion, and that nigga cashed it in after holding it for basically a fucking year. And she was still a champion in that feud. Her greatest feud, obviously, was with Charlotte, even though I still believe, I'll get to that in a second. But none of her other shit is really memorable in that title run. You remember Charlotte. Every time you want your favorite to beat somebody, it's Charlotte. I don't really like discussing women's wrestling with too many dudes though who don't actually love wrestling, because the only arguments they'll ever have against Charlotte is she win too much or it's nepotism. Bro, she's greater than Ric Flair, bro. Ric Flair is not what Charlotte is in that ring. He great on the mic, don't get me wrong, and I know I'm about to offend a lot of people, but I'm not sitting down watching a fucking Ric Flair match, bro, over a Charlotte Flair match. It's not gonna happen. Not over Charlotte. Yo, the way Charlotte can dance with anybody, the way bro, I'm at the point where it's like they say about Shawn Michaels. You put a broom in there and he'll give you a 5-star match. That's Charlotte. Every woman on the roster can't say that. Damn near none of them can say that, really, except for probably Bianca. And I don't even know if she can dance with anybody like Charlotte can. We love Becky. Becky couldn't dance with anybody like Charlotte was doing. I love Sasha. Sasha was a great dancer. Sasha was one of them ones. I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, when I think about the greatest in-ring women all time, I don't think it's close. I think it's Charlotte, Sasha, and Bianca. I think those three. I don't know if I have ever seen the ring psychology of any other women be as great as those three. Like Charlotte, I'm vividly watching matches from all three of those women in my head right now as I'm talking about it. Like, they are unreal. Now I know some people are gonna be like, well, Bayley and Becky and yada yada yada. If you really sit down and go over this thing and look at these matches and truly look at them from out, don't just be a fan watching it. Just watch it as if you're studying film. Yo, the way Sasha, Bianca, and Charlotte dance, because they are always the lead dancer basically. That's why matches with Charlotte and Sasha was so lit. That's why I've been begging for the Charlotte Bianca match, god damn it. But I appreciate Charlotte. I want Charlotte to know she appreciated. She might never see this, but I just do want her to know she is appreciated. I hate it when you got these athletes who put everything on the line. They become the greats, like the Romans, the Rocks, the Rey Mysterios, the Charlottes, the Edges, the John Cenas, and the list goes on. And niggas hate them. Now, granted, Charlotte, you're in great company, because they always hate the greats. They hated Jordan. They hated Kobe. They hated Bron. They hated Curry. They hated Tiger. They hated Phil. They hate all the greats. All the greats are hated. So Charlotte, you're in phenomenal company. They hated Roman. You're in phenomenal company. I pray they give Charlotte should be going on the run that Roman just was on. That's how great Charlotte is. And you know, this notion that people, we don't need Charlotte, the division's better without, no, it's not. That is just simply not true. That is just simply not true. A title on Charlotte and taking that off of her means far more than taking a title off of any other woman on this roster not named Bianca. And it means more than taking it off of Bianca also. However, at this very moment, the only woman in the WWE right now who to me has the same type of aura if you take a title off, because right now it's Charlotte and it's nowhere, it's not even close. Taking a title off of Charlotte means far more to your career than taking it off of anybody else. The only other woman to me right now with that same draw is Bianca. If you take a title off of Bianca Belair, even though Triple H is not booking her like the true champion she should be, like, bro, Tiffany Stratton should not be the champion. Bianca should. However, the only reason I don't bitch about it is because Nia, for one, I'm not a crybaby, so I'm not going to be bitching about everything. No matter how I feel, I'm not going to get on here and make think pieces and all that shit, even though I really don't like the Triple H book her the way she do. I'm not going to be yelling and raving about it. I will tweet about it. I'll probably drop a tweet or two here and there, but you're not going to see me crying about it and say, oh my God, everybody else sucks. They don't work as hard as Bianca. No, bro. I want Bianca to be champion because she is so very clearly the best, her and Charlotte. But Tiffany Stratton deserves what she has. Nia deserves what she... I love Nia. I love Nia and Tiffany. I just think both of them are megastar. I think Tiffany Stratton has the potential. I haven't seen what I saw. Okay, so this is the thing. I think Tiffany is going to be a legend, obviously. I don't know if some people don't watch all of Tiffany's work, but I saw her in NXT too. Tiffany's unbelievable. Tiffany gonna be in some great feuds in the future and whatnot. And Tiffany's time will ultimately come where she really is like the face of the division. But I haven't seen in Tiffany quite yet what I saw. Like when I saw Charlotte on the Raw roster, because I didn't watch a whole bunch of Charlotte on NXT. My real first watching Charlotte was when she got to Raw. Watching her for those like first couple years, I was like, yo, I don't know what it is. Because I don't give a fuck that she Ric Flair's daughter, bro. It's a lot of WWE kids in the WWE right now. That shit does not matter to me. Watching her, I was like, yo, I think this is probably the greatest. And I was a Trish. To me, it was Trish at the time. Because I grew up watching Trish Stratus. But I'm watching, actually, I think it might have been Trish and Michelle McCool in my mind. Nonetheless, after a couple years watching Charlotte, I was like, it's nobody better than, I've never seen a women's wrestler better than this. I said, Charlotte is unreal. Like mic work, heel work, how to sell. Like, to me, she was the perfect champion. The aura, she understand what she is, how to present herself as a champion. To me, out of all the wrestlers that are like, now I'm not talking about like the throwback wrestlers, out of this generation of wrestlers, to me, the two best at presenting themselves as champion is Charlotte and Roman. Roman and Charlotte do such a great job at showing you, I am the face of this company. Not like the baby face. Like, I am this brand. I am this company. When you think of this company, you think of me. To me, it's no superstars in the WWE right now that do it the way Charlotte and Roman can do it. And Roman wasn't always able to do this. Now, Charlotte, to me, has always presented herself phenomenally. Since she's been on the main roster, somehow, some way, she understands the assignment. She understands that she is royalty. She has never for a second doubted that queen moniker. Roman as the tribal chief now, like, to me, I don't know if I've ever seen on this current, like, to me, The Rock was great at presenting himself as a champion. Like, you look at him and you say, that's the champion. To me, Charlotte and Roman are like created fucking characters, yo. Like, it's just something about them when I see them where I'm like, business has picked up. Okay, now this now feels epic. This feels like a moment. This feels important. To me, those Charlotte and Roman and Bianca are the only three in the WWE right now that really give me that true feel. And that's no shot at nobody else. That's no shot at Seth. That's no shot at Cody. That's no shot at CM Punk. That's no shot at none of them. But those three to me, and Bianca to me is not all the way on that level yet. But to me, it's very clear that she's going to be there. They just have a different feel to them for me. I think once Bianca work with Charlotte and have a long feud with Charlotte, that's going to do wonders for Bianca, because that's the one they haven't given her, because Triple H keep giving that shit to Rhea. And I really don't think they've done, to me, none of these matches that Rhea have won against Charlotte feel like a true correlation. They feel forced every time. They trying to push Rhea because they love Rhea. And I get it. Rhea looked like she should be that woman. I just don't have, I know people love her because of the mommy shit, but that's, fans will be fans, bro. Fans will be fans. I just don't get that same feel from Rhea, though. She don't do for the title, like that Bianca run, that Becky run, that's who I was forgetting. That, like, Becky felt like the coolest like you beat Becky Lynch, you beat somebody. To me, the only women who have given that title to Phil, and they haven't even done it the way Charlotte have, or really Becky, and Bianca, Becky, Charlotte, Lord knows I want to put Nia in there because the run she just had, man, Lord knows, but that Money in the Bank fucks everybody's run, ultimately. It was still so much more meat on the bone, but I hope Charlotte goes to SmackDown. I don't want her on Raw. I have no interest in her taking on Rhea. I am so locked in to see her start feud. I really think the Nia Charlotte feud and ultimately the Bianca Charlotte feud is exactly what the world needs. Motherfuckers done forgot how great women's wrestling is because they love and hate it for the wrong reasons. Charlotte is here to bring back respectability to this division, like Nia and Bianca were already doing. And that's no shade at none of the other women. For one, a lot of the youngins is on SmackDown. I mean, is on Raw. I noticed that. Rhea is the big dog in a small yard. I really wish they would put, and I know you can't put all the young ones on the same show. You need to have those vets over there because they need to have something to shoot for. Shooting at each other basically is not going to move the needle for them. Truly, it's not going to do as much for them. Even if they putting on great matches and whatnot, you still want them to be able to beat the certified vets and whatnot. That's why it's a real shame that Sasha left, because what a time Sasha would have had right now with all the talent in the WWE in the women's division. Unreal. But to me, you niggas are a bunch of goofs, man. Charlotte is, to me, the GOAT. The only person who I even see on her level is Bianca. Charlotte is unbelievable to me. I think you niggas are a bunch of crybaby ass bitches. And virgins for that matter. And it's truly to me embarrassing how you niggas act when your favorites don't win. But you're the same niggas that was cheering for Daniel Bryan like that nigga don't never beat people. Same niggas who cheer for CM Punk. Same niggas who cheer for John Cena. Like, you niggas are very much annoying. You don't have a problem when none of your favorites come back and win big events and shit like that. But when Charlotte do it, oh, it's a problem. You niggas are a bunch of bitches. And the ones who are bitching about Jey Uso, I'ma just take that. Jey should have expected that. It's gonna always be that crowd of white dudes that want their favorite white wrestler. I don't even know why I say they favorite white wrestler. I'm just telling you that their favorite wrestler is white. And they are always going to want him to win and feel like he's not being done right. CM Punk, every white person in that ring that them white boys wanted to win has, at this point, had more career achievements as a singles champion than Jey. None of them niggas needed that run. There's no reason to, and then you got niggas saying that Jey didn't deserve it. Like, come on, man. This is what I'm saying, bro. You niggas are annoying. You niggas are annoying. Like, I can't, I'm glad I'm not a nigga who gets on here saying goofy shit like that. Oh, these niggas didn't deserve that win. They did, or shit like, oh, no, not shit like that. I don't say shit like, oh, he didn't deserve that. He didn't, nah, he ain't good enough. He don't deserve, what, nigga? It's the same reason I don't get on here and say, oh, he making that much money? Nah, he didn't deserve. Nigga, you deserve what somebody pay you. But you negotiate is exactly what you deserve. Now, I will get on here and say a nigga is underpaid in a hot second. I will get on here and say that in a hot second. Like, yo, he's not paid to his value. I'll get on here and say that in a second. And I also don't like niggas taking pay cuts. I don't like that at all. Stop giving these billionaires refunds, bro, and tax breaks and shit, basically, bro. I want niggas to get as much money as they possibly can. Shout out to Jey Uso, though, man. I know I didn't spend a lot of time talking about Jey because I was very annoyed with the Charlotte Flair hate. But I love Jey Uso. I remember when I watched him come, because I didn't watch his entire career also. I don't watch pretty much a lot of people's entire careers at this point, Charlotte and Jey. But I remember when Jey was with him and his brother was with the tribal paint and shit on their face, coming out to the ring every night. I do wish they would upgrade Jey Uso's ring attire. And I'm not talking about take pants also off of him and put on like shorts and shit, but the Uso Penitentiary gear was way better than this Yeet gear. But I get it. The Yeet gear feel a certain type of way, so you can't give him a whole bunch of black and shit. Plus, he a baby face, so you want him to have those bright colors and shit like John Cena. But I don't know, man. It just don't really work for me. But I love Jey Uso. I'm happy he won. Now, I was beefing with Jey because I felt like he turned his back on his tribal chief. But, you know, this full circle moment. Now, to break kayfabe for a second. I think it's very dope that Roman Reigns, when you watch the documentary, he said, like, everything that I'm doing, it don't mean nothing if I can't bring along, like, his family and uplift them and put them in better positions also. And you look at when this started, when he first started this tribal chief thing, he immediately brought in the Usos, his cousins. And he turned Jey Uso while Jimmy wasn't there recovering. He turned Jey into the main event Jey Uso. And he started the whole thing where it's like, yo, they can't tell y'all two apart right now. But you gonna, and then when they started feud and he once again called him the wrong name, it was like, oh, you just a twin. Getting Jey to where he got to, because it's a lot of guys, bro. Family or no family. If you in Roman Reigns' position, you do not have to take time out of your greatness and out of your storyline to put over Jey or Jimmy or Sammy or Paul. Like, you don't have to do that. You could legitimately be like, no, this is my time. This is about building me up to be as great as I can. This is not about y'all. Y'all had your time, or we can do y'all later. But right now, he didn't do that. He continuously, every step of the way, done built Jey and Jimmy and them boys up to get to where they are now. I think it's dope. That's truly dope. And this Samoan family really do run shit. This is absolutely crazy. Just think about this. Most wrestling families do not have two, like, mega gods at the top of the food chain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think of the Rhodes family, it's Dusty. You think of, you know, a lot of these, Randy Orton's family, it's Randy. You know, to me, the two exceptions at this very moment is the Flairs and this Samoan dynasty. This bloodline has The Rock and Roman Reigns. That's absolutely ridiculous. With the side characters being, and to be honest, when you look at Roman and The Rock, I know the Usos have never moved the merch and been what those two are, but as far as a tag team accomplishments, it's one of the greatest tag teams of all time. So the family have two of the greatest superstars of all time and one of the greatest tag teams of all time in their family. Then you got the side characters like Nia Jax, Naomi, Rikishi, all the others. I think Yokozuna was a part of that, and all the other parts of that family. Like, it's just the Wild Samoans, The Rock's dad, Rocky Johnson. Like, this family is absolutely out of control. I did it for The Rock. This family is out of control. And then when you look at the Flairs, they got Rick and Charlotte. Now, I know that's not as big as like what I just said from the Samoan family. That's why they at the top. But Ric Flair and Charlotte, I mean, that's the highest of highs. Like, to me, I would always put Charlotte over Rick, but it's a lot of niggas out there that's like, regardless if you're a hater or not, Charlotte is definitely, I'm not even finna discuss this. Charlotte is her. So that's an insane thing. To have two legends like that from your family is insane. Like I said, that Samoan dynasty, that Samoan bloodline is just absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense. They are legitimately carrying the wrestling industry for decades. They kind of like the Lakers, yo. They keep getting superstars. We don't know how they do it, but they keep doing it. They keep getting away with it. But shout out to Jey, man. keeping the bloodline proud. What an accomplishment. You never thought that a tag team guy would be here right now. But like I said, that growth over these last couple years, unbelievable. We got to shout out Vince McMahon too, because it started with Vince. Vince must have saw a vision for Jay. So, shout out, man. That was dope. But I like the Royal Rumble ultimately. Oh, no, before I go, shout out Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is unbelievable. I love Kevin Owens. I think he is a modern day GOAT. He sell, his IQ, his ability. Like, it's just really nothing this nigga can't do. Like, it's nothing he cannot do. I was watching KO, and I literally said to myself, I pray to God that while he is wrestling, he does not go get in shape and chiseled and all that. Because that would be so sad. I'm not saying I don't want this man to be healthy. If Kev ever go and do that, I will always support it. But I'm looking at this man, and this is one of the greats that I've ever watched, bro. His IQ in the ring is bar none. His ability in the ring for a man of that size is unreal. The way he is willing to put his body, I don't know if I've seen anybody take worse brutal bumps than KO. And I watched Jeff Hardy's career. The head shit off of the ladder when Roman tossed his head off of the ladder, the sharp part of the ladder. When KO got his thrown, where he landed back first on them steps or on the ladder this weekend. It's really the steps. Roman threw his head, bounced his head off the steps, and then ran him over with the golf cart. Cody threw him, did basically suplexed him or threw him off of, and his back hit first on the ladder, on the sharp part. Like that shit look like that. Bro, I pulled something in my back, leaning up, down, picking up a 100-pound box. That dude just, I don't know how he did it. And then I said I didn't want to tell you how it happened, but seeing him get put through the steps the second time, just, Kevin Owens is unreal. He can sell a story. He can talk on the mic. There's very few people who I've heard that are better than Kevin Owens on the mic. I'm going to be completely, Kevin Owens is unbelievable. To me, Kevin Owens is an S-tier wrestler. I hope people appreciate Kevin. I hope Kevin does become champion again, but him not winning, see, this is what I understand. The reality is you need people like Kevin Owens for people like Roman Reigns, CM Punk, John Cena to be great. Because Kevin Owens in a different reality is Roman Reigns, CM Punk, John Cena. And they are the ones helping him out. But in this reality, Kevin Owens is unbelievable. I don't know if there is, and it probably is because I respect all of them. But when you talk about a dude who understands what he is to a company and understand his role, and he is unbelievable in his role. And Kevin Owens has never walked away from a match and didn't make his opponent look better. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen Kevin Owens walk away from any feud not making his opponent look better than they did coming into the feud. And Kevin Owens don't work with Roman Reigns and the big dogs, John Cena. Like, Kevin Owens is a generational talent in my mind. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But Kev, attacking Sammy last night was unbelievably justified. This nigga watched, bro, KO, you have to have saw what I saw when you watched that replay. Not only did this nigga watch Cody put you through them steps, bro, he could have stopped it. He didn't. He then, after seeing you get put through the steps, he could have jumped in and stopped Cody from going and getting those titles. He didn't. After he watched Cody taunt, he could have stopped it. He didn't. This nigga then proceeds to watch Cody walk away, damn near up the ramp, turn around, get on the announcer table behind you while you trying to recover, and double down on the taunt, meaning he doubled down on the disrespect. KO, Sami Zayn deserved exactly what you did to him Monday night. I've never seen a more justified crash out. That's the same nigga who said he was your friend, KO. And that's the shit he pulled? I think the fuck not. He deserved exactly what you gave him, KO. You should not feel bad about what you did to him. Because from what I saw, my perspective, I was appalled. I was appalled. You supposed to be my brother and you watched this nigga put me through some ladders just now, nigga. Fuck you. Ooh, nigga, wait till I get healthy. That's just me personally, though. I understand the crash out, Kev. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in this world, so choose to be kind to somebody today. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. I appreciate the support. I truly do. I fuck with you. I love you. And I really do appreciate you. Saint out.
You're only good because I showed the world how to be great. Before you came along, these people loved me. I was the man of the people.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy. Scoop her up like I'm raking or something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing a bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.